Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name's Simon down here at Burford Golf Club, and we're going to be talking about the very exciting concept from the Blueprint Ping iron that's been seen in Louis Oosthuizen's bag, and we're going to be testing the hybrid between the two because it's going to be the same loft, look, design in terms of head design as the Ping iBlade, but it's going to have all the technology, the cavity, the head weight and everything else of the Ping i500. Now, if you watch a few of my vlogs, I like this a lot. However, it goes a monstrous way. I've got 190 plus yards out of it on the GC2. It's quite a strong lofted 7-iron, but it feels good and it looks good, but it's just too much distance. Don't particularly like the sound and feel of the Ping iBlade. It's got the elastomer in there, it's got more loft, and it's a smaller head design, so you're going to get more control with it. Therefore, if they made a mixture of the both, I think that would be an incredible little club and something that I'd definitely consider putting in the bag. So I'm going to test both of these on the GC2 and give you guys some idea of what we can expect in terms of feel, distance, spin and everything else like that. And yeah, we can have a bit of a discussion about the new club that potentially could be coming out. Guys, if you like this video, give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And yeah, let's get into the video.
Blades start off with automatically very sleek, very blade-esque as you would imagine. Obviously more loft than you have with the i500, so you're expecting higher, more controlling ball flights, and if you don't hit it out the middle, you're going to get that feedback. Right, let's hit the first one, see how we get on. High, fade, spin rate, again, reasonably high as you'd imagine, obviously with a 7-iron, 5,000, around there. Again, 175 in terms of distance. That's what I'd be expecting from a normal iron anyway, a 7-iron nonetheless. Right, next one. Tiny bit off to the left-hand side. I think I've got the GC2 a tiny bit out of line. But anyway, slightly pulled. But again, you can see obviously the distance. Spin rate's come down, obviously it's a bit more shut. But again, in terms of feel and height, what you're looking for, especially with an iron or a blade, let's say, you're not looking for that overall distance. Okay, last one. If I can line it up correctly. There we go. And again, that felt really good, probably one of the best out of the rest of them. And again, 170 in terms of distance. Again, that's something that I'm probably looking for in terms of a blade. My only bugbear with the iBlade is it doesn't look that great. And when it comes off the middle, you're not necessarily getting that forged kind of feeling as you probably would with a normal traditional blade like Mizuno or your MBs. Anyway, let's hit the i500. Let's see the monster fly out there. Okay, i500, again, stronger lofted club, so it's going to go further. Doesn't look as sleek from the top, but you're going to get more forgiveness, and it'd be interesting. They've got the cavity in there for the ball speed. There's no foam, and some people have complained in the past that it doesn't sound and feel that good. I definitely haven't had that problem, but I know when you catch it, especially downwind, out the rough, very difficult to control. It's a rocket, it's a powerhouse, there's no question. Okay, here we go, first one. Wow. You can see automatically how much further that's gone. I'm topping nearly 200 in terms of distance. It's gone higher because the center of gravity is further back, but in terms of spin rate for that height, it's just not as comparable, if that makes any sense. So you're getting more of a trajectory of the blade where it's coming down, stopping. That's coming down a much like aggressive descent angle, and it's going to be harder to stop that on the green. Now, if you're looking for more distance, i500, definitely your way, especially if you want a sleeker looking finish. But that is, that's just a rocket. It just goes so far, and I'm not even trying to kill it. That's my weak right one. That's the bad shot in the game at the moment. But again, high floaty right one off to the right hand side. 183, that's gone. So it's gone quite far in terms of distance. It's gone as far as the blade with a push right. Now if I'd hit that shot with the iBlade, you're definitely not getting anywhere near the forgiveness as I did just there. But that's kind of feedback you'd probably want from a blade, so you can learn from the future. Okay, here we go. Last one. And again, long. Very consistent at the middle when you're hitting them, but you can see that spin rate so much lower, so more aggressive. If I was playing links golf, downwind, firm greens, trying to get this to stop is going to be a nightmare. You're going to be hitting a wedge in from a mile, and I think that's why the blueprint would be cool to be in the mix. Right, let's wrap it up.
So there we go, 6 shots, or 3 with each of the clubs there. And this is kind of my roundup of what I think about both the clubs and potentially what this i5 or blueprint, ping blueprint blade is going to do. So you're going to get a tiny bit higher ball speed because of what the technology that's gone into the club. However, that gravity is going to be a lot smaller than the i500, so I don't think you're going to be seeing an incredible amount of difference. The club's going to be forged. So in terms of the face, the face is going to be forged. There is potential that it could be the whole head that being forged, but be very surprised in terms of cost, creating that cavity and so on and so forth. But in terms of the forge, the face is definitely going to be forged. I personally think it feels a lot softer, the i500, than the iBlade or continuous blades in the past that Ping have brought out, for example. I feel like they found a bit clunky. Feels going to be softer. You're not going to get a lot of distance, but that's not what blades are about. Blades are about purist golf. You're not looking for that long club. You're looking to shape that small fade or that draw into a flag, and when it hits the green, it's going to stop. And when you're looking at the numbers, especially, the blade's definitely producing a lot more spin. There's not as much ball speed. You're getting a much higher trajectory in terms of the blade, not trajectory, but peak, let's say, in terms of distance. So it's coming down softer, and it's going to hit the green, and it's going to check up a lot more. Compared to the i500, it's stronger lofted. You're going to get a much higher ball speed. You look at the ball speed on the i500, in terms of 2.7 irons, you're almost up to about 8-9 miles an hour in terms of ball speed, and that's why you're seeing such a big difference. Obviously, spin rate's a lot higher, or consistently higher. I think if I did the numbers correctly, or my golf swing was better, you'd see with the iBlade that the 7 irons going to be more around 5,500. Around that kind of mark in terms of averages, and you're going to see 4.5 to 4 or 5,000 in terms of the i500, and that's purely pretty much down to the loft and the center of gravity. It's kicking it out there, and it's going to just roll. That's basically what the i500 is. Now, would I want it? Yes, and this is why, because I like the look, I like the aesthetics, and I think honestly when it comes down to blades, there's not so much technology that can go into a blade. You look at blades over the last 8 years, or TMBs, if you got a TMB 5 years ago compared to a Titleist TMB now, you're not going to see much difference. That's not the point in irons. The point in irons is that control, that feel, that feedback, and that purist look. That's why people want it. Even people that shouldn't necessarily have a blade but still put them in the bag is because they like the sound and the feel when they do crunch one out the middle. And hopefully this Ping blueprint iron is going to be just that, something for that purist that can actually go, you know what, I want Ping in the bag, and this is the iron that I want it to be. I hope that all made sense, guys. Anyway, that is my roundup of these 2 very nice irons, and hopefully the future of a potential very good iron. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Catch you guys later.